Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a review of Storm Chasers, the game by Buffalo Games. 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and it takes about 25 minutes to play. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out our how to play and playthrough. Now we're going to go over the aim of the game here and do a quick one round. But when you watch the playthrough, we do 2 rounds each. So the object of the game is to collect the most points, collecting data from storms, and returning to the research stations while trying to avoid the tornado, which will slow you down. So each player will take turns as the storm. They'll roll the storm dice right here, which will move the storms. And when the tornado lands on a player's research car, it'll spin the top and trying to put the player in a spot maybe they don't want to go.
Nice spin, babe.
Yeah. Thank you. So and it's okay if things move. And if it goes off the board, you just put them as close to the edge where it went off. If any piece goes off the board, you do the same. So the setup is each player starts on a research station. You can start even on the same ones if you want. But Julia says she wants to start here, and I start here. I'll be the storm. And what would happen in a 2-player game is that I'd be the storm one round while Julie is chasing after storms. And then she's the storm the next round, and I'm collecting data, and we do it again. So each would take 2 turns as a storm and as the storm chaser. In a 3-player game, Julie could start as the storms, then I would collect data, and our son David would collect data. And then I would be the storm, and then Julie and David would collect data. Okay, and then David would have the last turn as a storm, and then we would collect data on the last round.
Okay.
So in a 3-player game, each person would have 2 turns to collect data. Now, why are you collecting data? Well, each player gets a starter card here, and this is the easiest one. This one right here, for instance, you just need 2 hail data. Julie's needs 2 rain. At the start of the game, you're going to get additional cards. These are basically your objective cards. You'll see on page 3. There's a chart here. So you'll hand each player 2 yellow, 5 orange, and 4 red. So here's 2 yellow. You need to shuffle them up. Okay, so there's 2 yellow, and then 5 orange. And you don't look at them yet.
I'm not.
Because in the beginning of the game, you're going to draw 2 more randomly. So now we have our stack of cards here. I believe there's 12 in there. No, there's 11. And then we draw 2 more randomly. So at the very beginning of the game, you're going to have 3 different storms you can go for. And then your pile of remaining cards will go off to the side here. When you complete a storm, you then get to look at which one you want to go to next. Now, red's harder because you need more icons to get. And when you're researching data, it locks dice. It gives you less dice to roll while you're trying to move around. So you don't have to lock a card completely. So let's say I did get, and I'll explain how you get these on here. I got 2 red lightning bolts and 2 hail on here. My dice are locked. That means I only have 1 die now to move. And you need to get these green symbols here to move. And it's only a 33% chance you're going to roll them. So you don't have to. I could just collect data on part of the card. I would go over here. I go to the hailstorm. I collect it. And then I would have 3 dice to move off. And I have to get to the research station that has hail. So I'm moving this way. And I didn't roll the green. So I'm still not rolling the green. Still not rolling the green. You see what could happen is if you have 2. Okay, now I move 2. Now once I get here to the station, then I can take the dice off the card and lock it. Well, I have completed the research on that. Now I have 2 lightning bolts on my hail. And then I can go back out there and try to get the red lightning. If at the end of the round, because there's a 3-minute timer that we're going to use, let's say I did collect the 2 red lightning bolts here, okay, but I didn't get back to this station or this station or this station in time, because you got to go to the stations with those symbols to drop off the data to put the lightning bolts on it to finish the card. if I was still out here when the timer ends, I don't get to roll these over into the next round. So in red cards, you're probably going to want to work on more than one at once. Get data, go to a station, and then come back and try to complete the other part. So how you moving around? You kind of saw me doing that. I rolled the 5 dice. I didn't get any green. I can go 2 now. In the meantime, Julie's going to be moving the storms. And once I get to a storm, I can start. Say I'm going to go for this 6 here. When you're rolling the dice, by the way, you can only use as the storm chaser one symbol as an action. So I could either move, or if I was on the red, lock a red, which I don't even have, so I wouldn't do that. And I don't even need rain, so that was if I'm already on the yellow, that's a terrible roll. So if you don't use anything, you can still re-roll them. I did get to 2 yellow, so I think I'll just do that. And even I had green. I say I had some green left over, right? I got my yellow die on there. I cannot then just move 2. I have to re-roll it after I use a symbol. Now, do I go back to drop off that yellow here, or here, the yellow lightning? Or do I move on to try to get the hail? Maybe I move on. I'm moving. This is not going to be this easy, by the way. And now I got there. And now I'm going to try to get hail.
You got it?
I got it. So I have 2 dice locked. Now, the best place for me would be to go here, because this resource station takes hail and yellow lightning data. So now I'm going to move off. Now let's say I go, I want to use these dice here. No, you can't. Once you're on the card, you can't use them. And like I said, if the timer goes off and I haven't delivered this data yet, I don't get to carry it over to the next round. However, if I do get over here, boom, I move the dice, and now I'm going to get 6 points at the end of the game. And we'll be both doing that. And if there's ever ties, let's say I did complete this card and this card, and I had lightning bolts on here. These come off at the end of each round. I would be able to bank these for points. And let's say at the end of the game, I had 2 lightning bolts on here, and Julie and I have 10 points. She has 10 points, but I had 2 lightning bolts. I would break the tie with the most lightning bolts if there was a card that was incomplete. Now, it doesn't say what to do if you both have the same amount of lightning bolts and points on cards. I guess you share the victory.
You share the victory.
All right, so that's what the storm chasers are doing. Now, what is a storm player doing? Well, the rules are slightly different. Julie will roll these dice. Where am I at? Let's say I'm over here. So she can use all the symbols on the die if she wants. So say she wants to chase me down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the tornado can go outside the yellow boundaries. Okay. These storms must stay within the yellow boundaries. So she's waiting for me to pop out. Say I pop out, and she rolls here, and, well, she can even get me there. But the point is, say I'm here, she lands on me, then she does the spinner. She might want to keep me over here, okay? Because if she spins it over here, she's going to get me closer to the storms. Now, once I'm on a storm, though, she can move the storm. So say she knows I'm going for yellow, she's probably going to want to keep me away from here, here, and here. So maybe she'll just move there. In the meantime, she can move the hail far away, and the lightning the red lightning away. Once she doesn't have to use all the dice, though. So as I'm on there, you cannot stack these. Okay, you can't do that. But if the storm moves, the players move with it. And by the way, players can share spaces if you're playing with 3 or 4 players. So we're going to do a round here. That gives you an idea of how it works. I'm going to be the storm. Julie's going to be the... and by the way, the storm player gets to place these within 1 or 2 spaces from the center. So Julie's here. I'm going to keep them away from her. I'm going to do this. There you go. Isn't that nice? So now we're going to start the timer. Again, we'll do a quick little demonstration here of a round. Because even after all that explanation, it's important to see it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I don't even have to use all my dice. 1, 2. 2. And... okay, I got you. So I'm going to keep you over here. So it slows down the player.
Who's already slow.
Okay. So not too bad if she's going to go for hail. So now I go. I mean, we both go here. We'll try to keep the red away from her and the rain away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta get down there. I got you.
I don't want red.
You need to be flexible in what you're going for.
All right.
You need to get to the rain.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do, and you keep messing with me.
I know I'm messing with you. One, two. Remember, we're on a storm. I can't get you. So moving into a storm is not a bad idea. 1, 2. All right, you're on red. See, that's smart. That there. I'm going to move you away. I got you. So.
We have to play the rest of it. They get an idea.
I know you're getting frustrated. Okay, you appeared there. Keep on rolling. Let's go. 1, 2. Get on this. There you go. 1. All right, finally got the water. I'll move you away. Okay, now get back if you can. Or can you get another yellow or red? Water?
I'm not on there, though.
Okay, come roll quick. Keep on rolling quickly. Okay, now you can turn it to a lightning bolt and you can go back out and get the other water. 1, 2, 3. The other rainstorm, I should say. It'd be better to. Look at how much time is left here. One, 2, 3, 4. You got on there. That's good. Wait, didn't you get a rain one?
No.
Yeah,
No, I did.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't before.
You lost it. All right, now you got it. All right, so then you could have gone there. Okay. So you can see how chaotic it is.
And you could probably tell what my rating's going to be, can't you?
All right, so let's do. Now we're going to do our ratings.
Our positives, our negatives, and our neutrals. And yeah. All right, here we go.
So here we go. So Julie will go first.
Okay. The components are nice and chunky. I like the colors. I love that a lot. This is a real race time game. And if you're into that, you're going to like this. I think the board is very well made. The cards are nice. I can find this very chaotic for some players. And some people might really like this. That's why it's a neutral, because there might be some of you that really like this kind of stuff. For me, it can be very frustrating for dexterity issues and cognitive issues. And you could see why with my cognitive. It's like trying to remember what I'm supposed to go for, how to get there. And the dexterity, you didn't see me try and spin the damn spinner thing, but it can be very frustrating.
Be difficult for, I mean, I have trouble too, but I can see a young person.
Or someone with arthritis in their hands like me,
right,
or just not able to get that thing. So, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, so Julie's more frustrated than normal because you can see why. It wasn't a good experience for her.
No.
All right, so mine is thematic. It's real-time race to score the most points game.
True.
Quick playing one versus all. So you have somebody in the storm versus all the other players, but you take turns being the storm. So that's nice. Everybody gets a chance to be the bad guy, so to speak. So the cool use of spinning top. I've never seen a game other than Jack's, right?
True.
This is the first game I know of that uses a top like this. And I know how Jack's works.
Look at you.
But I don't think I've ever played Jack's.
I did when I was a little girl.
Yeah. So that's unique. I think that's something to be commended. It is quality components, especially for this price point. I mean, Buffalo Games, I don't know how they keep the price down, but this board is nice and thick. The dice are etched. quality wood here. The cards are decent. Okay, they're average.
But look how thick these things are.
Yeah. I mean, for the price point of this game, they probably could have sold it for more.
Even
And
the
oth-
lightning bolts
right.
are good.
And other companies would sell it for more. So I don't know how they kept their price point. It's like the Willy Wonka game. I'm pretty sure that's them as
They
well.
did that too. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So good job on that. So it's a chaotic action that favors the more dexterous and quick thinking. And so it can be stressful. Your blood, I bet you if they would have measured blood pressure, I bet blood pressure would go up.
Even with
in
my
your-
medications, my blood pressure would be off the charts, I think, right now.
So, I'd like to see young people play this, like 8, 9, 10-year-olds, to see,
Oh,
I pressed restart by accident.
oh, you silly.
And let me turn it off here.
Okay.
Okay, cancel.
Yes.
There we go.
And then just get out of it. There you go.
So I wonder how young people would do, because when you watch the How to Play and Playthrough, I had to help Julie remember that you put the dice here. She was already to lock in the data, and so a
'Cause I
young.
forgot.
So I think an adult will have to supervise, so to speak, monitor young people to make sure they get the game down and do a whole bunch, so many repetitions, so you don't have. So then the adult can join in. I wouldn't play with an 8 and 10-year-old the first time as an adult and say, "Oh yeah, let's go." I would let the
No.
and you're going to need time too to let people who are not used to spinning tops
Practice.
And we both practiced too because we hadn't spun them in a long time.
And we didn't do that great. You'll see on the How to Play and Playthrough.
Okay.
I was pretty sad.
All right, so let's see our rating now using the BGG scale.
Okay.
So mediocre, you'll take it or leave it, and I bet you.
I will leave it more than I will take it.
Yeah, I don't know how often you will play this.
I will not play this again if I don't have to.
Yeah, and because of the stress and because it's difficult to play for you.
It's very frustrating. It's not fun. I'm just going to admit, for me, it's just not that fun because I'm trying so hard to remember what I'm supposed to be doing depending on which dice I'm rolling. And with him being the storm and he's moving me all over and I'm trying so hard to concentrate on what I'm trying to do, I get to the point where I'm like, screw it. I'll just roll the dice and whatever happens,
Right,
happens.
but it got very frustrating.
Yeah.
So it might even be a 4 for you.
Yeah, probably.
Now that you've played it more.
It probably would go down to a 4, to be honest.
For me, I think this is a solid real-time strategy game with quality components. If you like those games, because I know Julie doesn't like to play these. There's some you do like to play. Temple. What's that Temple game?
I don't know.
We roll the dice and you got to go into the room to get the
familiar.
torches and
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it's because we're a team and we're doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why we're all in it together.
So Julie will play real-time games where we're a team.
Yeah, but
We
when
have
it's one against the other, I can't.
We have a couple of those.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the Temple game. We have it.
I don't know.
We have it somewhere around here.
Gosh.
Oh, Escape. I have the
Oh.
big box down here.
Okay.
She loves Escape, but we haven't brought it out in a while. And there's another game that we have that you like too.
Oh, okay.
But because this is competitive, I can see why you don't rate it as high.
No, I probably will honestly move it down to a 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there was a way they could have made this a cooperative, but then I don't know how
I don't know
you'd
how
do the
you would
storms.
do that,
Right.
though.
So knowing that, that's why I got to say I would have to be in the mood myself because of the competitive element.
Because it's just not competitive for David at all. Because he smokes at it. I mean, he totally wipes me off the
But
board.
even then, I rather play Escape.
Yeah.
And there's a game. I forget the name of the other game. It's Simon. They reprinted it. We have it. Where you're destroying aliens at the crash site. Remember we played that with David.
Kind of remember it.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's again if it's cooperative, I'm all about cooperative.
Right, and that's why I would have to be in the mood to play this because it's competitive. I know that I'm going to do better than you. I mean, maybe you can increase the timer for you, but then that's
Still not going to really do much for me because it's just so much I have to try and wrap my head around, and it's just too much, to be honest.
But it's a solid game if you want to play a competitive, real-time game.
Definitely. It's just not for me.
Right.
that's all.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and we appreciate your likes and your subscription. And if you haven't yet, please consider doing both.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.